pair of multi-billionaires Ivana and Donald Trump. Meet Ivana on Sunday Today.
Many Floridians were surprised to discover that Amendment 10 will give added protection to drug dealers, drunk drivers, and toxic polluters. But please read Amendment 10. It will limit what wrongdoers have to pay in any action brought after the effective date of this amendment. Any means any. And Amendment 10 will give new protection to drug dealers, drunk drivers, and toxic polluters, and others who ought to be responsible for what they do. Vote no on Amendment 10.
A year ago, this young woman became an owner of a major U.S. corporation. And she can't wait to get to work.
Okay, you're all set with the Cadillac.
Avis Incorporated is the only major rent-a-car company owned by its corporate employees.
Cadillac, $45 a day? How'd you swing that? And you're the owner?
Get fast service and a Cadillac for $45 a day. Avis, we're trying harder than ever.
South Florida's news station, WSVN 7.
The state's new abortion law is shelved after taking effect only 7 days ago. After an alleged hands-on encounter, a hooker takes a cop to court. And a Miramar woman is taking it to the bank as Florida's newest lotto millionaire.
Live from WSVN, this is Today in Florida.
Good morning, I'm Marianne Murciano. We'll have more on those stories in just a moment, but first, Steve Adams is here to give us an update on what's going on in the weather.
Good morning, Marianne.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. It's going to be a bright and sunny day today in South Florida. Lots of sunshine. Let's take a look at what we have in store for you. It's going to be, well, the temperatures around right now reflect what it's going to be like. Miami is 74 degrees, on the beach at 76, Fort Lauderdale 75. And in Kendall, we have 74 degrees, Key West 79, West Palm Beach 74 degrees. So we're getting sort of an early morning warm-up, and it's going to be a nice, pleasant day, a light northeasterly breeze, maybe a few clouds later on this afternoon, but not so you'd notice.
So it looks like you're giving us a good start to the weekend.
It's going to be a great one.
Thanks, Steve.
Sure.
Our top story this morning, Florida's new abortion law is aborted, at least temporarily. A federal judge issued an injunction against the law requiring parental permission for minors to get abortions. That after some North Florida abortion clinics challenged the law. As Michael Williams reports, the ruling is a stunning setback for the pro-life movement.
The pro-life movement will have something else to wave its pickets over now. A new state law requiring minors to have parental consent before having abortions is sidetracked less than a week after taking effect. Critics called it the snitch law. Disappointed supporters of the law, including Fort Lauderdale's Christian-based Women's Pregnancy Center, said a judge's ruling cuts parents out of decision-making.
There is a moral obligation to parents to have some say in this issue. You know, it is a matter of life and death. And not only is it an issue of life and death as far as the baby, but it has very serious consequences for the woman, too.
At the She Center, Director Lynn Light says that argument is flawed, that among other things, it does not consider the young women who do not have supportive moms and dads.
I, as a parent, would endorse a bill like that, but we have to think of all of the other families that do not have that kind of parental involvement. We have to think of teenagers who are made pregnant by incest. We have to think of teenagers who are from broken homes, who can't even identify who their appropriate guardian is.
So, in short, the ruling clears the way again for teens wanting abortions to do so without parental consent. But this is only the start of a big legal tug-of-war. Michael Williams, Channel 7 News.
A hearing date for a permanent injunction against the new law is not yet set. In medical news this morning, birth control may soon come in a shot. Researchers are testing a new contraceptive vaccine to attack sperm and kill it before it can fertilize the egg. Guinea pigs are the only animals to be tested so far, with nearly 100% effectiveness. But testing on humans is at least 2 years away, and it may be 10 years before we see the new vaccine on the market. In other news this morning, a juvenile escaped from youth hall about 11:30 last night after beating an attendant. Police searched the area around the facility at 33rd Street and Northwest 27th Avenue in Miami. As of this morning, there's no word on whether he is captured. He is a black male, 5'6", 135 pounds, wearing green shorts and no top. Broward's Juvenile Detention Center has a similar problem. 5 inmates who escaped Sunday are still on the loose. but they are not the first to get out. In less than 2 years, the Broward Juvenile Detention Center has allowed 6 escapes. Just this past month, 16 inmates got away. HRS officials run the place. They say they're making changes, cementing windows and specially training guards. But the city commissioner, whose district has to live with the breakouts, says it's too little, too late.
There's not the clear message of responsibility that if one guard is at fault of 5 breakouts, then he should not be there after the second.
Moore is concerned for his community because some of the escaped inmates face murder charges. Inmates at the South Florida State Hospital in Pembroke Pines are the alleged victims in charge of charges of neglect and abuse. A watchdog agency calls the conditions shocking, comparing the facility with mental institutions of 30 years ago. Jackie Bales reports on charges of group nudity, neglected hygiene, and staff abuse.
I think sometimes we treat our animals better than we do our mentally ill.
For 14 years, Rose Neshik's son has been in and out of South Florida State Hospital, and she's not really surprised by the findings of the Advocacy Center for Persons with Disabilities. The center reports an abusive staff not responsive to calls for help, groups of male and female patients naked for an hour or more twice a day, dentures, hearing aids, and glasses not available, and staff members sleeping on the job. The Advocacy Center calls it simply unthinkable that patients should be subjected to such gross disregard of their dignity, privacy, safety, and health.
We certainly should take it seriously. I think those things that can immediately be corrected have already been corrected.
And HRS has answers for some of the complaints. For instance, patients lose their glasses and dentures. But staff members have been reminded of their duties, and the shower procedures that resulted in group nudity have been changed. Most emphatically, administrators refute charges that patients are not treated, but merely locked up.
I see treatment happening. I see people who are improving, people who are being discharged to the community because they have improved.
Jackie Bales, Channel 7 News. The report complains of staff shortage and deteriorating buildings. HRS says those are problems caused by a lack of money. They're planning to ask for more, but in the past, mental health services haven't been a priority in the legislature. 4 dogs are at the Animal Control Center in Fort Lauderdale this morning. Their owners charged with cruelty to animals. They were found at the home of Robert Guyon in Davie. 2 of the dogs have almost no hair. They do have several infections. The other 2 dogs are underweight, anemic, and have heartworms. Guyon and his 2 teenage children face animal cruelty charges. Those same charges levied against some North Florida kennel owners and others after a year-long investigation. Humane Society officials say the 12 suspects are involved in using live animals to bait greyhounds during speed training. Videotapes show a rabbit dangling from a mechanical arm, rotating around a track at 35 miles an hour. They say the greyhounds were allowed to attack the rabbits after the training exercise. Humane Society rescued 4 rabbits during the raid. 4 animals.
Well, it's 6:37 already this morning, and we're in for a nice sunny day.
Okay, glad to hear that. And still to come, a woman who sells sex says a police officer took it for free. Now she's taking him to court. And there are criminals at Turkey Point Nuclear Power Plant, and they're on the payroll. These stories and more coming up next.
Get ready for something you've never tasted before. Fresh and Natural brand premium orange juice.
Fresh and natural, a luscious name. Fresh and natural, the difference is plain. Not from concentrated, fresh, sweet, taste it. Fresh and natural, come on and taste it. Come on and taste it. Fresh and natural.
All premium.
Fresh and natural.
Not from concentrate. Fresh and Natural orange juice. The name says it all.
You know what I thoroughly enjoy? Going into a beautiful department store and finding a perfectly marvelous outfit, like this one. I just love this label. And then going straight to Ross and buying the exact same outfit.
Find the exact same clothes that department stores carry for a whole lot less every day at Ross.
I just love it.
Ross has career and casual fashions to fit your style. Get it all now at Ross.
Got strange customs here. Eat little tiny goldfish, crunchy critters and flavors like cheddar and Parmesan. The best thing is goldfish are easy to catch. They've covered up my favorite crackers. Toasted sesame, savory hearty wheat, and English water biscuit. Pepperidge Farm distinctive crackers. They're more than just a place to rest your cheese.
They say that Dustin Hoffman never gives television interviews, but that was before he talked to Entertainment Tonight. Now, Dustin sits down and chats candidly about his career, his family, even his big failure, Ishtar.
Certainly we cost more money than we should have, but we only tried to make a good film.
It's the one exclusive interview you don't want to miss.
I don't lie on Entertainment Tonight.
Dustin Hoffman, the inside story from the legend himself on the next Entertainment Tonight.
Tonight at 7:30 on WSVN.
A prostitute is taking a cop to court. 29-year-old Linda MacArthur says Officer Efrain Grillo sexually assaulted her while his partner watched. MacArthur says Grillo ordered her into his patrol car last month, drove her to a deserted area, and fondled her. As of last week, MacArthur is back on the streets. Grillo faces criminal charges. MacArthur is suing the officer and his department for $2 million. Hialeah's so-called great corrupter, Alberto San Pedro, faces new charges this morning. He and former Hialeah City Councilman Silvio Cardozo are indicted on conspiracy and bribery. San Pedro and Cardozo allegedly paid an undercover police officer $2,500 for FBI documents. San Pedro is already in prison, convicted last April in one of the Dade State Attorney's Office's longest-running criminal investigations. Some of the workers at Turkey Point Nuclear Plant have criminal records. Florida Power and Light is running the background checks as part of a federal anti-terrorism procedure. As Solon Gray reports, the program weeds out those considered to be risks, no matter how long they've been employed at the plants.
One employee who says he used to be a drunk has worked in the radiation control area of Turkey Point since 1982. He wonders why he was laid off after all this time. Part of the answer is the 1986 anti-terrorism law. It requires employers at nuclear plants to run FBI criminal checks on all workers with security clearances. Larry Davis didn't pass.
I have a bunch of, I have quite a few misdemeanor arrests. I don't have any felony arrests whatsoever, though.
Misdemeanors
I have
for what kind of misdemeanors?
Drunken disorderly and petty theft and DUIs.
But Davis says he's recovering. Hasn't had a drink since January 7th of last year. He's talking to a lawyer. And the question remains, who decides on employees with criminal records? The NRC doesn't impose the guidelines. It's the licensee, FP&L. And what are the guidelines? An FPL spokeswoman tells us the decision is made by a committee. It so far has screened 9,000 nuclear power plant employees at Turkey Point and St. Lucie.
If there are certainly drug-related offenses, we look for rehabilitation, certain types of indication. There is a criteria that we have set up to look at these offenses, and then beyond that, we look at it on a case-by-case basis.
50 to 60 have so far lost their security clearances. None in critical operation areas, however, where FP&L says strict employee screening has always been enforced. Meanwhile, nationwide, the FBI checks continue. Solon Gray, Channel 7 News.
Lawyers say Davis's layoff is among the first in nuclear plants around the country. Others are expected. South Florida may hold another type of energy source. Exploration teams will be out around South Dade today looking for oil from Chrome Avenue to Homestead. Shell Oil is sending the crews to do seismic tests and say no drilling is involved, at least not yet. We'll have our own crews out there, and we'll have a report later on today on Channel 7 News. A national conservation group will be helping our state improve its drinking water in a report called Danger on Tap. The National Wildlife Federation blames the Environmental Protection Agency for refusing to enforce clean water laws. The study shows more than 2,000 water systems in Florida that pump polluted water to customers.
Serious problem. We're talking over 1.9 million people were affected by violations of the law last year. Virtually no state or federal formal enforcement action against those violators.
This group has called on states like Florida to start enforcing clean water laws. It asks state officials to inform the public when a water system is caught providing unsafe water. No unsafe water falling down from our heavens today.
No. Some folks up in the Northeast are going to be chipping some frost off their pumpkins, though, this morning. It's 6:43, and it's cold in the Northeast.
Ooh, I'm glad we're not up there right now.
Right.
Up next, are good police officers born or made? We'll show you some cops in the making. And if you ever had a car stolen, we'll show you where it may have gone. Hot cars on the black market. Stay with us.
Welcome to Mickey's Birthday Land. It's a new land of fun for everyone. New things to do just for you. Meet Mickey Mouse. Come see his house.
Good to meet you, Mickey.
Welcome to Mickey's Birthday Land.
Come on.
Mickey's Birthday Land.
Nice place to have you.
This plant didn't have to die. Just a few cents worth of miracid could have saved it. When azaleas and other evergreens turn sickly yellow, they need more than just fertilizer. They need miracid. You see, ordinary fertilizers just feed, but miracid feeds, ironizes, acidifies, helps restore vigor and beauty. And with miracid in your Miracle Grow feeder, you can keep azalea and other evergreens beautiful year-round. It's so easy. Just drop in and spray on. So fast, you'll treat all your plants in minutes.
Mayer's Furniture's 43rd anniversary sale is on right now. Save 25 to 50% on quality home furnishings for your living room, for your dining room, for your bedroom. Save 25 to 50% on Drexel, Heritage, Henredon, and more. And now, for a limited time, no payment and no interest until 1989. The sale ends soon, so hurry. It's only at Bears, where the very best cost less.
For those little trips that turn into wild adventures, suddenly there's the new four-door Mitsubishi Montero. V6 power and four-wheel drive help you avoid snarling beasts. Montero offers surprising comfort under the most savage conditions, and it even has more room than Jeep Cherokee. The new four-door V6 Montero, because sometimes it's a jungle out there.
Mitsubishi, suddenly the obvious choice.
It's 6:46, and on this Friday, October 7th, here's some of the stories making headlines this morning. A federal judge in Jacksonville is halting a week-old state law requiring unmarried minors to get parental consent for an abortion. The injunction temporarily clears the way for teens needing abortions to do so without their parents' permission. A Miami prostitute has filed a $2 million suit against a Miami police officer and his department. Linda MacArthur charges Officer Efrain Grillo with sexual assault, saying last month he forced her into his patrol car, took her to a deserted place, then fondled her while his partner watched. Grillo faces criminal charges. And our drinking water may become clearer and healthier soon. A National Wildlife Federation report shows more than 2,000 water systems in Florida pump polluted water to customers. This group has called on states to enforce clean water laws and asks state officials to inform the public when a water system is operating below standards. Nice cars bring nice prices. That's one of the reasons for an auto theft epidemic in South Florida. But now score one for the auto theft task force. As Olga Bichachi tells us, 3 men face charges this morning.
Task force officials arrested this Hialeah man at his home where they found the tools of his trade, tools he allegedly used to steal an average of 3 to 4 cars a day. Police say Tomas Arenciba stole cars to support his crack habit. 2 other men were also arrested. They're the owners of the Miami auto parts shop where Arenciba allegedly sold hot parts. Some of the stolen vehicles ended up at this tire store. The suspects would remove the wheels, replace them with old ones, then dump the cars in an empty parking lot. But that's only one part of the business. Other cars were found at this warehouse 2 days ago. In this month-long investigation, undercover detectives say they watched Arenciba store some of the vehicles here, load them in containers, and then ship them overseas for resale. The exportation of stolen vehicles is of growing concern. Officials believe 20 to 25% of cars stolen here are smuggled out of the country.
They've gotten a lot more sophisticated in how they can conceal them to get them out. The export problem is very big down here because of the volume that we do.
DeReamer says it's difficult to control what's going out of our ports since most of the effort is placed on controlling what's coming in. Still, police feel today's bus sends a clear message to car thieves. They're out to shut them down. Olga Bichachi, Channel 7 News.
More arrests are expected as police look into those involved with the export part of the ring. A would-be mugger is hospitalized in good condition this morning after a Hialeah police officer shot at the car he tried to escape in. Officer Lee Jordan saw a man grab a woman's purse from her car on a Miami Shore street yesterday. The man jumped in a car with two others and took off. The officer followed, firing shots at the car, hitting the suspect in the head. His identity is not yet released. This is a scene of a drug deal gone sour. One woman shot, two arrested. But this crime scene is a setup, a fake, a simulation designed to train cops to become general investigators. Because it was a learning situation, organizers bent the rules a bit.
The crime scene was roped off a little later than what it should have been. So these are the things that we want the trainees to learn today, rather than make the mistake at the real scene where the evidence might be damaged.
52 officers from Dade and Broward counties participated in the exercise. And next, we have an exercise in forecasting the weather. Steve Adams has the day's details, and we'll meet a woman who spends her day at the track but won the ticket. Stay with us.
I like the way you shine. Baby, it's understood. You're a good time all the time. You make me feel so good. I like the way your sweetness takes me through a thirsty day. You're a welcome sight to see. You're a Washington apple.
Right into the best.
A little taste of heaven to me.
Washington apples. Hurry in to Richway Stores out of business sale today. Now you can save up to 50% off Richway's already low prices. Everything must be sold to the bare walls. That means audio, video, clothing, appliances, housewares, and more. Up to 50% off. Get fantastic savings on top quality name brands like these and dozens more. Make your choice now. Nothing will be held back. Hurry in. Save more than ever before at Richway Stores out of business sale.
In a country of 250 million people, it's not easy to express your individuality. But somehow Americans find a way. At a bank with 3 million customers, it's not easy to treat each one as an individual. But at NCNB, we find a way by customizing services to help you get ahead in the business of life. NCNB, a big bank dedicated to something even bigger, the individual.
The Corlick sisters on Denny's Grand Slam breakfast specials.
They just served me 2 Grand Slam breakfasts for the price of 1 special. You didn't get 2 breakfasts. There's 2 of everything on my plate. That's what a Grand Slam special comes with. Well, of course it comes with a plate. Now, I mean, the special price includes 2 of everything. How come I didn't get 2 plates? Because you only ordered 1 breakfast. Well, why do you think I was so surprised to get 2? They usually don't make mistakes here at Lenny's. Denny's.
Try one of our Grand Slam breakfast specials for $2.99, only at Denny's.
Steve Adams is the man to honor us with a great weather report coming in on the weekend.
I just report them, folks. I don't make them. Yeah, especially when it rains.
That's true.
It's going to be a great day in South Florida. Lots of sunshine in store for you. Let's take a look at what we have right now. Temperature-wise around your neighborhoods. Miami, 74 degrees. Over on the beach, it's 76. Fort Lauderdale, 75. In Kendall, it's 74. Key West, 79. West Palm Beach reporting 74 degrees. Our winds out of the northwest at 7. The barometer, 30.0 and steady. Humidity 93%. The surf temperature is 82 degrees. Let's check out the radar and see what's on it. Right here we have some showers just southeast of Key Largo and down to the Kay-Sal Bank. Most of the stuff is moving to the west very slowly. Not a whole lot of showers offshore this morning, so we're going to have some clear skies. For you guys headed for that tournament over there in the Bahamas today, should be pretty nice on your way over there. Should have a nice weekend in the Bahamas. Watch out for a few thunderstorms. Let's take a look at what we can expect around the state today. Lots of sunshine. Temperatures 86 to 89 degrees. Few showers building up later in the afternoon offshore, but generally speaking, it's going to be a nice day. Tonight's going to be partly cloudy across most of South Florida, clear across North Florida. Look at some of these temperatures. Boy, those clear skies are going to let that heat escape. Temperatures in the 50s across North Florida tonight. We'll be in the mid-70s. Tomorrow, back to a partly cloudy picture for South Florida. Lots of sunshine in the north. Temperatures in the low 70s in the north, low 80s in the south, mid-80s for us here in South Florida. Here you go. The stationary front's kicking off a few showers, but very light showers across the nation's midsection. The big weather picture right along the coast, some showers brewing up there. but the cold air in the northeastern states, it has really been cold last night. Frost and freeze warnings are posted again for tonight and for this morning. Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, all the way down into the Carolinas, back up into the Virginias, and all the way to New York and Pennsylvania and up into the New England states. Those areas will continue to have some very cold air as the forecast calls for clearing skies through that area, once again allowing the heat to escape and the cold temperatures to move in from the northeast. A few showers across the UP of Michigan, across northern Minnesota and the upper Midwest, and also in the western plain states, some showers, some building up into some thunderstorm activity out there. And one more cold front starting to move in the Pacific Northwest in front of some very sunny skies for the Rocky Mountain areas. However, Colorado, Denver may have some clouds and showers today. We're going to have this frontal system, stationary front, hanging over South Florida, just offshore, south of us enough, I think, we won't have much in the way of showers. The forecast for us for today, it is going to be mostly sunny. An afternoon shower is possible. Highs will be near 88 degrees. Tonight, partly cloudy skies, a light breeze, low 75. And tomorrow, more sunshine, a few clouds, highs 85 to 88 degrees. The marine forecast winds north-northeast 15 knots, 3 to 5 feet. Bays and the waterways will have a light to a moderate chop on them. And there you see the sunrise and the sunset and tides. So it's going to be a great start for your weekend. We've got the Columbus Day Regatta coming up. Lots of great boating activity this weekend.
Okay.
Enjoy.
I hope I'll be on a boat. Thanks, Steve. It's almost 6:59 right now. 6:55, that is. Next, we'll meet Florida's latest Lotto millionaire and South Florida's first. But first, here are last night's Cash 3 winning numbers. We'll be right back.
Imagine taking on the Great Florida Road this fall in what Car and Driver calls GM's most aerodynamic coupe. One of the slickest in the U.S. You ready for a bold new change in your driving habits? Get ready for Regal. Smooth handling, power, performance, grace, whatever preconceived notion you might have about Buicks, stop and experience the new Regal. Now available at special closeout 88 savings. There's a reason our sales are up over 145% over last year. See Regal at South Motors, Blake, Lehman, Machado Collection, Endicott, or Reef Buick.
What makes Pepperidge Farm whole wheat and oatmeal bread so moist? It's the honey. Shoot, buzz off, I'm eating. Pepperidge Farm's new strawberry cheesecake. It's just a single serving, so you'll feel kind of guilty enjoying all the creamy cheesecake and strawberries by yourself. But you'll get over it.
Remember when there was only one carpet company around? And they knew it?
Today you've got many choices, and at Mary's Carpet you won't have to settle for anything less than top quality carpets and guaranteed service. Now on sale, DuPont Stainmaster carpets from only $10.95 square yard installed. Mary's Carpet, 2 locations right off of Palmetto in Hialeah and South Miami. And remember, at Mary's, we really know our carpet.
How can you tell when your teen has a drug or alcohol problem? Look for warning signs, like dramatic change in appearance, staying out late and running with a new, tough crowd, skipping school, taking money, and withdrawing from family. If you think your teen is in trouble with drugs or alcohol, Charter can help. We offer real solutions to your family's problems.
Call Charter. Let us help you help yourself.
Florida's latest lucky lotto player works at a horse track but found her fortune in the cards, the lotto cards, that is. Eleanor Purcell of Miramar picked the right 6 numbers in last weekend's game, winning more than $10 million on the spot. She's a widow with 7 children and South Florida's first winner. She seems to be taking the news calmly.
Well, I was excited and I couldn't believe it, and I checked and rechecked my ticket, and I thought, well, I'll just have to wait and see, and I got dressed and I went to work.
Work is Calder Racetrack, where Purcell is a clerk. She says she'll keep working despite the fact that she could now own the racehorses.
Buy the track and ride the ponies if you wanted to.
That's right. She's pretty calm.
She sure is. That's a cool lady.
That is. Well, that wraps it up. That wraps up this edition of Today in Florida for this Friday morning. Tune in to Channel 7 News at noon, 5, 5:30, and 6. We'll be back bright and early Monday morning. For Steve Adams and all of us here at Channel 7, I'm Marianne Murciano. Have a great weekend.
Take care.
tough job, but somebody's got to do it every day. Somebody who's got what it takes. Lime Away Bathroom Cleaner. Hard water stains wiped out. Bathroom surfaces shiny clean. Use Lime Away every day, and you won't have hard water stains.
From the countryside to your hometown, we're born Bureau in America. Friendship through an outreach hand, a spirit-born American. Helping you is what we do best. It shows in all we do. The spirit of our Bureau is Americans like you.
Stop emergency room shutdowns. Get the lawyers and insurance companies under control. Amendment 10's the answer. Vote yes on 10.
It's the final verdict. Divorce Court, today at 4.